Many perks have multiple tiers, from bronze to silver to gold. The higher the tier, the greater the gameplay boost you'll receive. These fellas are Cinderellas, I'm crushing in glass slippers.
Open up the rhyme book and read the composition. I can truly give about the competition. I'm in another atmosphere, I'm on another mission. Yeah, you know that boy Logic put pen to page like a petition.
Tonight, from Hard Rock Stadium in Miami, Florida, it's week 2 of the NFL.
The Bills offense getting set to go fresh off a victory in week 1. And the one we'll be watching is this man at wideout. And you wonder, what can he do for an encore, Charles, after the numbers that he put up a week ago?
That's a great question, because not only was he the talk of the NFL, he's talking the entire football world. You have little kids out there begging their parents for his jersey, wanting to be him, and put up those kind of numbers in the backyard. Now, look, I don't think he'll approach what he did last week, but 6 for over 100 yards, I think that's well within reach.
And this one almost intercepted. Not a good throw there. Nearly an opening drive, INT. 2nd and 10.
Hey, check back 11, check back 11. Check back, check back.
To the air, Allen. Into the hands of the tight end, Dalton Kincaid. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 16 yards there, and the Bills have a first down.
Check back 11, check back 11.
Allen going to throw. This taken in by Kincaid. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That's good for a first down, his 2nd catch of the opening drive. Well, they told us that he was just going to be a bear to defend, and usually tight ends are, Charles, but he's no exception to that rule. His 2nd catch of the opening possession, and it gets him a first down.
Yeah, and they certainly saw something on his earlier reception. He went back and reported what he found, and one of the things about him, he's like a wide receiver to me, Brandon. He has a great sense sense of space and understanding where defenders are.
Yeah, we talk all the time, Charles, that it kind of gets cliche about the hands that he has, but really it's the truth. For a tight end, some of the best hands in the game. Now a 2nd and 10. Again, they'll throw with Allen. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 34-yard line. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Allen now looks to throw. It's complete to Williams. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again.
Brandon, I won't go overboard here, but it looks like he's off to another nice start after what he did last week when he was the AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
And obviously a great start to the season, doing it in week 1. He's one of those guys we maybe had pegged for a big year, showing out so far.
Hey, you did say that to me in preseason. Looks like you're on target.
10 more for him on that one. He's been a busy man. It's a first down. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook.
That is caught by Williams for a Bills touchdown. A great effort there. His 11th touchdown of the year. And the Bills will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. They scored the most points of... So here come the Bills out for their second drive. Now, they were winners in the season opener Sunday. Now they get the quick turnaround game here on Thursday night. But, CD, you say this is an ideal setup for them. Why?
Well, it's just the way the schedule lines up because everyone's got to play a Thursday game, and that's because of competitive balance. So, let's face it, would you rather play week 2 when you're still relatively fresh and excited about the season? Or week 15 when you've had a season's worth of bumps and bruises to factor in, and who knows what your record might be at that time as well?
Check back, Mike 6.
Allen will try again on 2nd down. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Throwing is Allen on 3rd. Got a man over the middle. It's Williams. And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, it's almost as if they didn't leave the field after their first drive. They picked right up where they left off. Another good throw there. And this offense, humming here in the early going.
Oh, the motion comes too late. And this is going to be a delay. The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. Now Allen again. This to the tight end, Kincaid. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 25 yards that time.
It's a well-designed play here. 3 wide receivers in the formation. They're all going to run deep routes to put pressure on the safeties, and then they let their tight end cut his route off a little shorter and work toward the middle of the field. That's a difficult route to try to defend.
And this one nearly picked off. Well, kind of surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but get away it does, and it's 2nd down.
I'm going to come back to you.
Here's Allen to throw it. He's airing it out for Williams. And this is caught. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season. And the Bills lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game. Well, this has been a flawless start for them. They score, they get the stop, and they score again, Charles.
Complimentary football at its finest. You just mentioned how they got it done. They scored. The defense got the ball back for them. They score again. That's the way you win ball games.
here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Throwing on first down is Allen. There's a short throw to his tight end, McKinney. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. The Bills at 1-0 on the year following the win in week 1. And they were able to take care of business in front of the home crowd last week.
Yeah, it's always nice to get that opener at home, but now things get a little bit tougher. The good thing for them, though, is they take a little extra confidence with them when they head out on the road.
So from the 22, here's 2nd and 2.
Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D.
Now Allen. To the right side here, caught by Kincaid. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Mike 20, Mike 20. I'm coming. I'm coming. I'm coming.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right.
All right, D, let's all right, D. Mike 20, Mike 20, Mike 20. Let's go. Let's get this ball back.
On play action, Allen. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Bills. A great play there. On his way to a monster game, 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Bills take a 3-touchdown lead. Well, just a sensational start for this offense, Charles. 3 drives, 3 passing touchdowns.
Is that like mentioning a perfect game in baseball, or are we cool to do it here in football, partner?
No, I think you can do it here in football. I think perfect game in baseball, that's its own category.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. Could not imagine a worse start.
Back onto the field now comes the Bills offense. Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns.
Check back 11. Don't let him breathe. Don't let him breathe. Play that tight deep. Half 85, half 85.
So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. That is caught. Kincaid with it. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Hey, check back 11, check back 11. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. Hey, check.
Now Allen. He's airing it out for Williams. And that's caught at the 25. A big play here for Buffalo. 41 yards.
Well, Josh Allen just might have the strongest arm in the NFL. And at 6'5", he can put his whole body into it, too. And this, an absolutely gorgeous throw. Perfect arc, and it results in a big, big pickup.
Let's go, baby. Let's go. Hey, check. Round 80. No gain on this defense. No gain. Alert 3. Alert 3. Alert 3. Hey, tight, tight, tight. Shit, motion. Bumps up the helmet. Here we go. Here we go.
On first down, Allen. And that is caught, but the back judge right there to say incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10.
Hey, keep it up. Keep it up. Hey, check back 11. Check back 11.
Allen. There's a short throw to his tight end, McKinney. And running with power here. And they'll get this down to the 10.
Let's go, baby.
The Bills passing game, getting them down the field. They've got another first down.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need...
That is caught by Williams. Touchdown, Buffalo. A great effort there. On his way to a historic performance, 4 first-half touchdowns. And the Bills are able to add on to their first-half lead. So this offensive unit, yeah, they were... Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. And now consider the lead. The question is, how much is good enough? Are you going for more?
It's the NFL. There's never enough, I believe, because they get reeled in all the time when you sit on the ball. I think that they will try and move the ball downfield and try and squeeze a few more points out of this first half. They'll be careful. They'll be a little bit cautious at times, but also they will attack downfield.
Taking it right down Broadway. He may go.
Ooh, Lord have
and
mercy.
all the way home for a Bills touchdown. A big play there. 89 yards. And the Bills will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
They have really had their way so far in the first half, but they wanted to continue to build on their lead. They know that no lead is safe in this league, so they decided to try their best to get one more as they headed into the half, and they got it done.
The Bills offense now for one final time in this first half. Allen now on first down. A short throw pulled in by Kincaid. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. So we've come to halftime after a very... Sorry, Coach, put a pin in that. We are going to move right on to the third quarter here. Out come the Bills now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. Well, it's hard to imagine the first half going any better for them, CD, and now here as they begin their first series of the second half. I mean, they score here. This one, it's pretty much out of reach.
We honestly might already be at that point, partner, because this team, they were dominant in the first half, continue to be dominant now, and I think they're viewing this as a put-away drive on their way to a lopsided victory.
Allen off the play fake. He's got McKinney complete to his tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. They're going to hurry back to the line now. On play action, Allen. Throw left side, take it in by McKinney. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. So first and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
Coming to you, coming to you.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a second and long.
I really like the angles that the tacklers came from on that play. They secured inside, took away the cutback. The sideline's there, so you can only go so far outside, and they were able to close in and tackle him for a loss.
Yeah, they use your boy over there, the 12th man. Sammy Sideline, right?
Sammy Sideline. You know something? He tackles pretty well, too.
He's tougher than an airport steak.
After what they faced during this game where they've given up a ton of yards downfield, there has to be a measure of revenge right there for the secondary. They've been shredded throughout the game and finally forced an incompletion.
Hey, check Mike 11, check the guy.
And again, it's Allen. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
Round 80. Check Mike 11.
It's going to be a long day. It's going to be a long day.
Hey, check Mike 11, check Mike 11. Check tight end.
Here's Allen. hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think he's as fine with that incompletion as a quarterback can be, in all honesty. He avoided his first sack of the game, and he did have a chance of connecting for yardage, just unable to on that throw.
I'm coming after you. Hey, check.
To throw, it's Allen. That is caught by Williams for a Bills touchdown. 4 yards on the touchdown grab. And the Bills take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. And now, of course, all scoring plays are reviewed, and I think they're going to take an extra long look at this one. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right.
Check back 11. It's been a long day for you. Hey, check back 11. Check back 11. Hey, watch that.
They'll bring a tight end in motion left. He'll get it here on the jet sweep. And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. In motion left comes Williams.
Quit talking about it and bring it.
Hey, check back.
On 2nd down, Davis. Gets by him, and now a little daylight. And now the rookie's free. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Ray Davis with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Bills are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
I know I should keep the focus and the spotlight on the hero that just scored.
So here are the Bills to take over. They're leading right now and on the heels of that victory last week against Arizona. 1st and 10 as they start this drive.
Hey, check back 11. You go night. Some go night. Hey, check back 11. Check back 11.
Here we go, G.
Play action. Now it's Allen. And Cook has it left side. They'll wind up getting just a yard, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
He's airing it out for Williams. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Throwing now is Allen. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. And now they're in the hurry-up.
Mike, sit. Hey, watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Check 9. 5 wide.
Here's Allen on 1st and 10. Throw left side to Kincaid. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Come on, Nat.
So he gets too far beyond the line, and that's an easy call for the official.
Hey, Brown 80. Check back 11.
Silver.
Hey, check
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. A short throw pulled in by Kincaid. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. They get the penalty yardage back, plus 5 more as they get it to 2nd and 5. Allen looks to throw on 2nd down. He's airing it out for Williams. And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown. A great play there. 58 yards. And the Bills are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter. I don't even know what to say anymore. I mean, I've lost track of how many times he's been in the end zone. This is just flat unbelievable.
Doesn't matter whether you have an abacus, a calculator, just old-fashioned pencil and paper trying to total it up. The number is staggering. What a performance. This man knows how to find the end zone and make it count.
Yeah, here come the Bills.
Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate, but we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way that this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
Back 6.
First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. He's airing it out for Williams. And he's got it inside the 10. Touchdown, Bills. A great effort there. 67 yards. And the Bills are on their way to a 2-0 start. When coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back through the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level.
Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. Allen now throwing on first down. Little pitch and catch to the tight end, Knox. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it, and it'll be 2nd down.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
Not today. Hey, check back 11.
On 2nd down, here's Allen. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. With that, he's up to 160 yards receiving now for the ball game.
Tell you what, partner, the way he's been slinging it in this one, I think he should be ticketed for a baseball cap and a set of headphones for the next drive. He's been absolutely sensational. But one thing we've both learned about quarterbacks in this league, they often stay on the field long.
A fight for it, and this is caught. It's caught indeed. A big play here for Buffalo. 45 yards.
And this has been the story all night long. They just came out firing and have not backed off, even with the big 4th quarter lead. Here's another completion for big yardage.
Just a little too lackadaisical, Charles, and they didn't get up and snap the ball in time. Delay of game.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if he understood where the clock was located. In different stadiums, it's in different places. You have to check that in pregame and make sure you're aware so you don't run into penalties like these.
2nd and 16. And Allen is actually going to throw it here. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No. It's incomplete.
Up huge on the scoreboard, and they're still trying to add to their total.
And now it appears that the referee's been buzzed, and we'll get a review. And this being inside 2 minutes of play, everything coming from up above. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How's the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at.
So the folks in New York just going to wind up confirming what the official saw, as this play will stand as is.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Looking like they're well on their way to a 2-0 start. All smiles right now on that sideline, isn't it?
As well there should be. It's hard to win a game in the NFL. We hear it all the time. We know that it's difficult.
The Bills getting set to go. CD, I mean, they have just been scoring at will. It's been score after score after score. And they'll indeed take a knee. Now 2nd and 11 from the 32.
Don't get nervous now. We ain't beginning to tear you up.
So Allen's going to look to throw. He's airing it out for Williams. That's caught inside the 20. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. And his sensational season continues. That touchdown grab, number 20 for him on the year. supported by both sides of the ball today, Charles. It would be easy to look at the offense and say, man, they were clicking, and they were, but don't forget about the effort by this defense as well.
Yeah, they weren't going to let up just because the
Running through his mind all day, I'm tired. I'm the boss now, do higher. Hang the phone up, I'm so wired. Couldn't sleep, my floor's too higher. I got keys, that girl's on fire. Who's the boss? I got 5 on me, like what's the cost? I'm at 5 hotel in a suite, I'm lost in white. Get down sheets, I got stripes on my cheeks, Hermes fur on my feet. I'm a lead.
Tonight, from Highmark Stadium in Orchard Park, New York, it's Week 6 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Buffalo Bills taking on the Cincinnati Bengals.
Autumn has come to upstate New York. Fall colors abound, and we welcome you inside Highmark Stadium here in Orchard Park. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. Here's Williams on 1st and 10. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He's going deep for Brown. And this one almost intercepted. Not a good throw there. Nearly an opening drive, INT.
So this, Charles, on paper at least, not the most even of matchups. Polar opposite, really. I mean, on one sideline, you got the hottest team in the league, still unbeaten, and on the other side, a winless squad.
And that's why I owe you, and I owe you big, because you did email me this week to remember any given Sunday. That was a phrase you typed to me, and that's what we have to remember in this ball game. It resounds when you think about it. Unbeaten versus winless, any given Sunday, anything can happen in this league. Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Throwing is Williams. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. 30 yards there. And, of course, the first down as well.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
So a big play as it gets him all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. To the air, Williams. And that is caught, but he will come down out of bounds, says the side judge, incomplete. So the pass incomplete in the end zone, but the flag comes out for interference.
And now you're set up right on the doorstep of the goal line. 1 yard away changes what your play calls are going to be.
Mike's 43. Mike's 43.
You ain't going nowhere.
Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping.
Gainwell is into the end zone for a Bengal touchdown. So a good job there, Charles, taking advantage of the short field, and they score first, punching it in on the short touchdown run.
I love the theme there, right? They didn't have to do anything big on that drive. Took advantage of where they were on the field, took it downfield, put the ball in the end zone. The only thing big on that drive, the 6 on the scoreboard.
Cincinnati coming back onto the field here for their second drive. A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drive that they watched the other side just score. But remember, last time they were out, they scored as well. We'll see if they can seize that momentum right back.
And they have had a lot of time to cool off from reaching the end zone the last time. So have they been able to keep themselves mentally sharp and into this game, even though they haven't been on the field? And you and I both know, one big play, though, gets them right back up to that level.
Dancing to his left. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain. Here's Williams. Wide open receiver complete. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. And they get 17 more on that one and another first down. Looking to throw is Williams. He's going to have the hook up here to Chase. Flashed the stick skills, but didn't get a ton from it. Stopped short of the 35. The Bengals at a perfect 5-0 here to begin the campaign. And they've certainly found their groove of late. Winners of 5 in a row.
And this team is absolutely playing their best football right now. This is the best that we've seen them play in a long time, partner. Sky's the limit as far as they're concerned. Their confidence really soaring.
Gets around him. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 20-yard line. That one good. For 16 as the drive continues. Williams now looking to throw on 1st and 10. Buying time to his left. This is caught. Touchdown, Bengals. A great play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Bengals have taken the lead.
We're still in the first quarter, but it's apparent they're going to have to come up with a different defensive game plan for him because right now he's kind of having his way against that defense and has added a touchdown to the list. How do you slow him down? They're going to have to mix up some coverages, maybe change who's guarding him.
Their quarterback in this offense heading back out to the field. He had the touchdown pass on their previous drive, and they'll search for another score as they begin.
Let's go. Cougar 19. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
To throw, Williams. Flushed out right. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. First down, 18-yard gain. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Bengals in control of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. And
He'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
No surprise to see him running again here. It's something he's done throughout this season, and that run puts him over 500 yards on the ground for the year. He's got to be thinking to himself, if I'm already at 500, what's to stop me from going for 1,000?
So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 47.
To throw, it's Williams.
And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Well, they took their shot. That one was kind of up for grabs that time. And you've got to be careful defensively not to make contact too early. But that was textbook right there to get in tight and force the incompletion.
Williams to the air on 2nd down.
And he comes back with one complete. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 33. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
On 1st and 10, it's Williams.
Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. And this is a quarterback who's already had success on the ground in this first half, but this time they're able to hem him in.
And it's always different when you rush a mobile quarterback as opposed to a guy you know will be right back in the pocket. In this case, you got to make sure the inside pressure and the outside pressure match, and maybe even a second wave to make sure if he squirts free, you've got someone to tackle him.
On 2nd down, here's Williams.
Being chased out left. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 16. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20.
The sack on first down took him out of a traditional running play and put him in a passing situation, but didn't stop him from running anyway, did it?
No, I was surprised when he took off. I thought, oh, he's got some space. He might pick up 5, 6, 7 yards. He goes all the way and picks up the first.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
Looking to throw. Williams. His throw caught right around the 6.
And the Bengals are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line.
Well, he does have one touchdown in the game already, and while this one won't go for 6, it's enough to get him 1st and goal. But you and I both know he's going to be a little upset he didn't cross the goal line for a second time in this one.
Might want the ball here on the next play. Back to throw. Williams.
That's to Chase. He's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati.
It's a 6-yard touchdown pass as his guys are able to extend their lead.
So, Charles, that's 3 touchdowns on 3 drives. Their quarterback leading this offense back out. He's thrown touchdown passes on his last 2 drives as he begins here, 1st and 10.
Throwing to start the drive. Williams. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
They made a nice effort to stick him with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs.
And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Escaping the pressure right. And a throw right sideline is complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down. Looking to throw. Williams steps away to his left. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
Well, normally you see three tight ends in a formation. You have to think to yourself, this has got to be a run. And I know as a safety, when I saw that, I took an extra step or two towards the line of scrimmage. Instead, they threw the ball, and he found one of those tight ends for a very nice pickup.
He throws it on the move, but can't connect as that falls incomplete.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw again.
Got a man open. It's Chase.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. They'll fake the give. Now Williams. He'll find Gainwell out of the backfield.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Off the bootleg, it's Williams.
Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time.
Throwing again here, Williams.
Forced out to his left. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
Brandon, that's a gamer move right there. Facing 3rd down, steps up, calls his own number, and nearly makes the house call. If I'm the coach, I let him take another one right here. Give him a chance to be the first one hit.
That's to Chase. He's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Jamar Chase.
His 2nd touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season.
Out is their quarterback with this offense to take over once more.
Check.
Throwing to start the drive. Williams.
That one taken in by Burton.
And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 10 yards there and a Bengal first. Here's Williams. A final shot before break.
Looking deep here for Chase.
And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. So we've reached...
Message received here. No need to wait. We're going to skip halftime and get right back to the action. Here comes the 3rd quarter.
So here are the Bengals set to take over. Remember, they're riding that 5-game winning streak, and right now in the driver's seat in this ball game as well.
On 1st down, here's Williams.
Dancing to his left. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a first down.
Check.
Back to throw. Williams. Flush to his right. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
And this is a rarity in the NFL, a 100-yard game on the ground for a quarterback. Even as those passers get more athletic and mobile, we only see about 5 of these a season. Takes a special set of circumstances for it to happen, and of course, a special player.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're...
And they take him down. The Bills get to him. Gregory Rousseau in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. Throwing on 1st and 10, Williams. And his throw here's incomplete.
Normally, he's pretty reliable. Usually catches what's thrown to him. On that play, he simply dropped it.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Looking to throw. Williams. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
One thing you hope to see out of a rookie tight end is a real concentration when the ball's in the air, and I'm not sure that he didn't, but he has to be prepared for people making a play on it when that ball's up for grabs.
To the air on 3rd down is Williams. Eluding the pressure right. Now he's going to let it go deep right sideline. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep.
Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now, but let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here.
Check, 43. Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys.
Williams throwing to start the drive. His throw incomplete.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
A good action to this point in the 3rd quarter. Just a 3-point game. 2nd and 10.
43 is the mic. All day, dog. Jim. 60 Eagles.
Back to throw. Williams. And this one nearly intercepted. Boy, that would have been a great time for their first pick. But instead, it's 3rd down.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure, or do they play coverage on this down?
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Off the play fake, it's Williams. Rolling to his left. A wild throw there, and it is intercepted. And he is going to bring this back inside the 20 to the 18-yard line.
Let's go.
And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And, Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them. And they took advantage of it there, got a nice interception, and set up their offense in great shape.
His interception on that last drive set the other guys up pretty good. They had solid field.
Tighten down. There you go. Check 26, check 26.
Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive.
Can't do that.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. Looking to throw. Williams. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. He's going deep for Brown. A fight for it, and this is caught. What a catch. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Marquise Brown, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Bengals are able to get a score back in the final stages of this third quarter. It took them a while to get their speedster involved, but they found him downfield there.
And what we've discovered as we've watched games is the speedster doesn't have to have a lot of catches, doesn't have to have volume in order to have a huge impact on the game. His speed scares the heck out of defenses, and other guys can capitalize, but when you finally hit him and he carries it all the way into the end zone, that's what you're paying him for. That big threat that can make big plays on a
Cincinnati's offense coming back here onto the field. Their defense accomplished step one of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a fourth quarter lead. Williams now on 1st and 10. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
That was for the lead right there. They know they're in a position where fortune favors the brave. So they took their shot, but couldn't connect.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Back to throw. Williams flushed out right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And this one incomplete. A 50-50 ball in the end, nearly intercepted. And now it's 3rd down.
Well, here's a classic second guess. I thought he had a better chance of a positive play if he just ran it himself. The coverage downfield was really good. That one falls incomplete.
Now Williams on 3rd down. Buying time to his left. And boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. They'll go. Here's Williams being chased out left.
And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run.
These are running back numbers that he's accumulating right now. Received double-digit carries and has rewarded them by breaking the century mark in rushing, in addition to what he's done through the air. Definitely MVP caliber football we're witnessing.
Escaping the pressure right. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Got a man. It's Brown. And they move this all the way down to the 9. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Looking to throw. Williams. And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. Hollywood, Marquise Brown. His second touchdown of the night.
And the Bengals have taken a fourth quarter lead. Cincinnati set to take over once again. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the fourth quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one.
Here's Williams. Throwing to start the drive. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down.
Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play.
That's number 4. Sack number 4. They had 4 last week, so he's been down on the ground a lot.
Partner, they say the eye in the sky does not lie. And that's indeed the case because they watched the game tape from the previous week, incorporated it into their own defensive scheme, and continued to get after this quarterback.
And now this defense will be searching for sack number 5. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down.
For a tight end, he's got good straight line speed, and on that route, he's often the guy that gets overlooked. Nice job there finding him in stride for really good yardage.
Steps away to his left. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That goes for a gain of 31. So first and 10 now in Buffalo territory as they've got it to the 28-yard line. Flush to his right. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on first and goal.
Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. Xavier Woods with a pick. And the Bills are going to take possession here at their own 6-yard line.
Here he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next position.
Let's go. Check, 43. Come off the ball. Come on, go.
Trying to shake off the interception, he'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
They're not out of it yet, but in order to come back, they need to play clean football the rest of the way. He makes the correct read there, passing on challenging a blanket coverage and getting the first down with his legs instead.
Forced out to his left. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
If they get a game-changing score on this drive, it's going to be because of plays like that. That run was pure heart. Took it himself, found a way to reset the downs, and advance the ball.
Flushed out right. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple.
I do think it's fair to say that they were caught off guard a little bit when he decided not to throw it on first down. But give them credit. They recovered in time to deny him the first down yardage. But it's only second and short. So that run is still likely to lead to a new set of downs.
Throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
This Buffalo crowd letting them have it. Third down now. They'll try and throw with Williams.
Escaping the pressure right. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 13-yard line.
This is where the NFL is headed year by year, partner. A league where just about everyone has someone under center who can get you with their legs as well as their arm. And we've certainly had a nice display of that from both QBs in this game. And that continued with that.
He's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. A great effort there. A beast in the red zone with his second touchdown of the game.
And the Bengals are once again back in front.
Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And this game not quite in hand yet. We'll likely see all 3 timeouts defensively and then reassess where we are. Now it looks like he'll throw here.
He will find his man Chase complete.
And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds left to go in the game.
43 is the mic. We own them. We own them. 43 is the mic. Better bring it. Go.
The Bengals go down to a knee in the victory formation. The Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Came so close, Charles. They were knocking on the door in a one-possession game, but ultimately the defense held tough to get the victory.
And doesn't it feel like it just leaves them asking what could have been? So many moments when they...
fellas, the Cinderellas, I'm crushing them glass slippers.
Tonight, from Soldier Field in Chicago, it's a special prime time edition of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Chicago Bears taking on the Cincinnati Bengals.
Just off Lakeshore Drive, nestled next to Lake Michigan, that's where you find historic Soldier Field in the great city of Chicago, Illinois. Here come the Bengals now to take over. And leading the charge, we get a look at their 6-year quarterback.
And I think if you ask most folks to give you their first half MVP, very likely they're going to say it's this man right here. The NFL's leader in touchdown passes to this point in the season. Still 2 months to go. But if he can keep going at the pace he's at, this is going to be a dangerous team come January, and he could very well walk away with the MVP.
Throwing to start the drive, Williams. And an off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete. Now, you and I, partner, we got the plum assignment this week, an unbeaten team against a one-loss team. Really not much separating these two entering play here today.
Not much at all, and I think for both coaches, they've looked at their team and said, guys, you got to know what you're getting into in this one, and you better be ready to go because you get to answer the big question of the day. Are we as good as we think we are? We're about to find out.
23 yards on the tuck and run.
I am willing to bet that he got a monster grin on his face when he saw what was happening. Man coverage was so committed to denying a big throw that it pulled attention away from him, and he had an easy lane to hit, and hit it he did.
From the gun, here's Williams. Flush to his right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Montez Sweat, the man that time to fight in and drop him. They were able to win last week despite him being sacked 4 times. They might need to tighten the reins a little bit
or this one may not end in another victory.
You're right about that. They can't count on just winning the game no matter what happens. They can't let the accumulation of hits and harassment in the pocket get to their quarterback. Got to stop that, give him clean lanes to throw the football in order to have a better chance to win again this week.
Looking deep here for Chase.
A fight for the football, and it's intercepted.
Tyreek Stevenson picks it off. And the Bears are going to take over at their own 13-yard line. Boy, that one was in the air for an agonizingly long time. He had the opening drive interception. Now he'll try to fix things here on drive number 2. And speaking of the number 2, remember, he also had 2 interceptions in last week's ball game as well. 1st and 10 here.
Let's go, D. Tighten up. Let's go, D. Tighten up. Mike's 49.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
You know what I like about that play? He didn't try to do too much on 1st down. He took what the defense gave him, put together a solid gain to bring up 2nd and manageable. Now they have a couple of plays to pick up just a few yards and a new set of downs.
Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. From the shotgun, a throw for Williams. Dancing to his left. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a 1st down.
He's been making himself a weapon as a runner, and the results, they've been welcomed by his offense. My question is about the defense we're watching right now, partner. Even after he got him with a scramble earlier this drive, they still aren't devoting enough attention to him. I would expect that after that carry, they'll do a much better job going forward, spying on him on passing downs.
And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
Well, I don't want to be a jinx partner, put the whammy on him, but I think we could be looking at all-time damn the ground with the way that he's going. Only a few quarterbacks in this league are capable of a 100-yard game, and he's halfway there just in the 1st quarter. This is a record-setting pace. Hopefully, he can keep it up, and we can have fun watching it.
Throwing on 2nd down is Williams, eluding the pressure right. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down.
I'm coming after you. Check 99. Check 99.
Well, looks like they'll move things around here. Williams from the gun on 3rd down. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 18. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another 1st.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree. One thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. Working out of the gun, Williams. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Against a team coming off a win just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
On 2nd and 10, it's Williams again. And that will be caught, but out of bounds. Out of bounds, ruled incomplete here.
And he's only hit on 2 of his first 6 passes. Time for a quick quarterback regroup here with a big third down coming up.
Back to throw again. He's got his target. That's complete. And the Bengals are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
That's a sharp throw right there on 3rd down. They're looking to get the first points of the game, and they certainly don't want to be on a field goal. So that's a nice job to get the hook up and set up a 1st and goal.
From the 2, here's 1st and goal.
Let's bring it. Watch twist. Watch twist. Watch the safety creep.
They'll run here with Gainwell. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Kenneth Gainwell, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals put the night's first points on the board as they take the early lead. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
So here are the Bengals set to take over. Their win streak at 6 coming in and counting as they've got the lead right now, beginning this drive 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Williams. And connects quickly to Jamar Chase. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a 1st down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play...
Oh, he breaks a tackle, and he's got an alley. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. The Bengals at 6-0. What a start to the season for them. And they have certainly got it rolling as of late. Winners of 6 in a row.
And I think this is where, as a head coach, you show your team some trust. Instead of just talking about winning, the very next game, you point out to them, we're on a nice run here. And if we keep doing this, we'll be playing at home in the postseason. And we know that could ride us all the way to the Super Bowl if we get that done.
Hunter Renfrow is the man he was looking for. And it's 3rd down. You look at this Bears defense, and they've been excellent against the pass. The number 6 unit in the NFL.
Yeah,
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Montez Sweat. Now 2 sacks for him already here in this first quarter of play. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here.
Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still they've got the lead here, and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming.
Williams on first down. He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. Back to throw. Williams. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. The sack recorded. It's a loss of 5, and now it's 2nd down.
I don't know about you, but if I'm the offensive line coach right now, I'm having an absolute fit. This team that they're going against has 3 sacks, yet they rank dead last in the league in sacks coming into this game.
Maybe overlooked them a little bit?
Could be. I don't know if it's the scheme. I don't know if they've just gotten fortunate along the way. I have no real great answer for it, but we're seeing something you don't often see.
27 yards there, a first down.
Not too many teams will use a first-round pick on a tight end, so you know that when one does, he's got to be pretty darn special.
A small example of why they took him in the first round there. Nice little catch and run to get the good yardage. Williams now throwing on first down. Over the middle, it's complete. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. Another catch for him there. This one good for 11. First down.
It is fun to watch the big man work the middle of the field. How about that post route there? Did an excellent job of getting his head around to look the football in and gain significant yardage.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Looking to throw. Williams. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
To throw once more, here's Williams. Flushed out right. A beautiful fake. Jukes by again. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 15-yard line. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he's gonna go down. He's sacked back at the 24. Montez Sweat able to get in there yet again. That's already 3 sacks for him here in this first half of football. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's a game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Back to throw. Williams. And incomplete on the deep ball.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Looking to throw. Williams escaping the pressure right. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete.
I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play.
And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. Marquise Brown, his 4th touchdown on the year. And they are able to add on to their advantage.
Well, that's just how they drew it up, CD. His first read. Their quarterback in this offense heading back out to the field. He had the touchdown pass last time they had it. And they'll start here with a 1st and 10.
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay.
Hey, I got 83. We got this, fellas. Come on.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
Check. Mike's 49. Mike's 49.
Back to throw. Williams.
He throws it on the move, but can't connect as that falls incomplete.
The name of the game, as always on defense, put pressure on the quarterback. And that's exactly what they've done today. It looks like they've got him a little bit rattled. That would have been the 2nd interception in the first half.
And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
Over 70 yards receiving now for him in this first half alone, as he's got a 1st down on that last catch. Looking to throw. Williams.
A short throw to Conklin, the tight end.
The result, only 4 yards there on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side, and he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20.
We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. Three tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. Williams going to look to throw again. And this is incomplete. Very lucky to get that one back. That nearly picked. It's 2nd down now.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Buying time to his left. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a 1st down.
That's multiple times now he's tagged them with a big gain with his legs. Really showing off some nice awareness and the ability to correctly realize when he's got a chance to tuck it and go himself.
They'll look to run with Gainwell.
And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
That's to Chase. He's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati.
2 yards on the touchdown there. And the Bengals will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. The Bengal offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I liked what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see 1 or 2 guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be license to take some shots downfield.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Looking deep here for Chase. Oh, a leap, and he will make the catch. And he takes this thing way down into Chicago territory. A big play there for Cincinnati. 56 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. That's to Chase. He's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Jamar Chase with his 14th touchdown of the year, 2nd of the game. And the Bengals come right out of the locker room and score here in the open. Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. Now Williams throwing to start the drive. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down. Back to throw. Williams looking deep here for Chase. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Well, these defensive backs have been getting torched all game long, and finally, a small measure of revenge here. That time, the coverage downfield is excellent, and they're right there to battle for the football and force the incomplete pass.
Escapes it. Oh, what a juke into space. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. Here's Williams on 1st and 10. Looking deep here for Chase. And oh, he almost had his 2nd pick of the game. Probably should have. And he's frustrated as it falls incomplete.
Boy, that ball's just hanging up there waiting to be intercepted. That looked doomed from the start. But they took the deep shot anyway. And fortunately, it winds up incomplete.
Here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 28. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Williams on 1st down. Looking middle, and that's complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again.
They're just going to run a drive route here with their tight end. Let him get upfield about 10 yards and then move toward the middle of the field. This ball's right on target, and it results in a first down.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Again, he'll drop to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
Williams going to throw again on 2nd and 10. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
Let's give this defense some credit now. They let the guys get downfield, but when push came to shove, they stood their ground, and now they'll likely force a field goal attempt.
He's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Bengals
Bengals are able to stretch out their lead. Boy, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. It's certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up this secondary. A clinic on how to attack a defense and take them out of the game.
He threw his league-best 35th touchdown pass of the year on that last drive. Here's Williams on 1st and 10. Being chased out left. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
His running ability has been an extra dimension of their game plan thus far. For once, though, he doesn't create any magic against the front that's prepared for him to try and take off.
Looking deep here for Chase. This is intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Johnson. And the Bears will take over possession here up at the 44. Cincinnati now ready to take the field.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
Flush to his right. Looking deep here for Chase. And he'll be touched down in the end, but a big play on that one.
That's how you flip field position. What a play right there. That nearly went the distance. Credit this defense for not giving up. They get him down just short of the goal line, but the damage is done. It's going to be 1st and goal from an ideal position.
Williams, that's to Chase. He's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati. A 1-yard touchdown pass. And the Bengals get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. The Bengals set to take over. But not that any of the points would be needed, but CD, they've got enough time left here. They could definitely score on this drive, maybe even an ensuing drive as well, if they really want to drive home this landslide victory.
Yeah, we're certainly about to see just how aggressive they want to be here down the stretch. And what some coaches do is they try and meet it halfway, meaning they want to continue to run their offense, but they'll put in a lot of backups to do it and then tell the opposing coach, hey, I had to get them some work too. I can't just let them sit over on the sidelines all the time.
Don't be scared of it.
Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. And they'll accept that penalty.
Come on, baby, let's go. Get excited. Let's go. Let's go.
Throwing is Williams. And he's got his big tight end here. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. A Bengal first down on the 16-yard pickup there.
There's a beautiful throw there, and he's been sensational the entire game, moving it around, spreading it, hitting the right guys. And look, under normal situations, partner, I would expect him to come out of the game now. They've got it in hand. But you and I have been around this league a long time, and every time we ask head coaches about it, hey, why don't you take your quarterback out when the game's in hand, they just kind of give us that look like that's what he's paid to do. So it's a very unusual situation. I'd want him out. They tend to leave him in.
Looking deep here for Chase. And that nearly intercepted. It's incomplete. Now, remember, he had a pick earlier, but couldn't reel that one in. To the air once more. Williams steps away to his left. Shifts by him. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
It hasn't been the cleanest game for him, but there was a sign of improvement as he looks towards the next one. Nice bit of scrambling to move the sticks, and even more importantly, he didn't risk adding another interception to his ledger.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10, right at the 40. Here's Williams. Got a man. It's caught at the 6-yard line. And he'll be touched down in the end, but a big play on that one.
No let up in this passing game. They've been a well-oiled machine throughout, and actually saw a few guys on the sidelines at the end of the third quarter doing the old hold up 4 fingers college sign, meaning the fourth quarter is ours, and they certainly weren't kidding.
And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. A CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
3rd and goal as they look to pour some more salt in the wound. They'll look to throw forward with Williams, eluding the pressure right. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. A 6-yard touchdown run. And the Bengals add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. And you wonder now if he might be able to remove the helmet, put on the baseball cap, and watch the rest of this one from the sideline. His 5th touchdown pass of the game.
Say that again. Did you say 5th touchdown pass of the game?
Yes, sir.
But that's a heck of a performance, isn't it? Because they've had no answer for him at all game long. Receivers have been open constantly, and he hasn't missed a single one of them.
Ready to go on offense, out come the Bengals. And they hope to polish things off, and what a run they are on as they try to turn a 6-game win streak into a 7-game win streak.
This is an epic football legend.
Looking to throw is Williams. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. But their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy, because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out, because this one, it was over a long time ago.
That'll put him over 150 yards receiving now. Quite a ball game and a first down. To the air, Williams. Open man here is Conklin. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. That is catch number 300 now for his NFL career. Williams now looking to throw on 1st and 10. Forced out to his left. And he's going to get this inside the 30. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
Partner, even I can figure out who deserves the lion's share of credit for their lead right now, because he has been terrific in a dual threat role, really chewing up yardage and getting them points with his legs. Simply put, that defense has had no way of stopping him, and that's why his side is on top.
Yo.
Flushed out right. Open man is Chase complete. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion.
At least you got your balance, bro. Well, at least I got my balance.
When you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. Back-to-back receptions
Hey, we gotta
for him,
do
but it's another first
Chicago
down.
Bears dirty. The crazy part is, that was who we play next.
To throw, it's Williams. Escaping the pressure right.
You think
and he's able to get it down to the
Joe
2-yard
Flacco
line.
gonna be
They'll
running?
End up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down.
Huh? He ran the other one.
On second down, here's Williams. Dancing to his left. And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. Hollywood, Marquise
Yeah, what's your
Brown.
favorite team of
2
football,
catches,
man?
2 touchdowns here so far. And the Bengals are close.
Favorite team? I got like 4 favorite teams. Bengals. Cause I just do. Got Bengals, Eagles, Lions, 49ers. Bengals always gonna be first. Yeah.
The Bengal offense now gets set to head back out onto the field.
This has really just been a lopsided affair. What a performance they put on, and now they get the football back here with a big lead in the 4th quarter. You know, in the past, we might be discussing dinner plans, talking about steak and sushi, whatever the case is, CD. This ball game is pretty much well in the books.
Yeah, we really could have started bringing up dinner a long time ago if we wanted to, partner. And I think a few of the guys out in the field already making plans for the evening.
On 1st and 10, it's Williams. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked up by Javon Holland.
And they will score a pick 6 for a Bears touchdown. This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell and just run the football?
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football, because you're going to run into a stacked defensive front, which is why they were throwing the football before, trying to make sure they just get their backs, really beat up in that situation. Now, good luck to them.
The Bengals offense getting set and ready to go again here.
Williams now throwing after the interception. Oh, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the 1st down on a 13-yard run.
He's starting to fall into the category of not fair, because when he's on target throwing the ball, he's dangerous. But when you add in his ability to make plays with his feet, almost impossible.
Well, yeah, exactly. They've had trouble stopping him in the secondary. This time they've got the great coverage. Oh, he can run too. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Tackle. Mike's 49. Mike's 49. Watch the twist. Watch the twist.
Oh, why are we doing this? So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty.
Boys, let's go. Let's go.
So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game.
Mike 28. Man, I got you.
To throw, Williams.
And he's going to hook up with his big tight end, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Looking to throw. Williams, flush to his right. The 20. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down.
Let's give him the credit he deserves because he can really do no wrong. It's got to be demoralizing for a defense to have someone who can cut up your secondary all game long with his arm and then rip off a huge gain like this with his legs. A championship effort from that man under center.
A throw off his back foot there. That's going to wind up incomplete.
They're still throwing the football here. Now, obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
I guess you're right. If they can get some 1st downs, just as good as run. And give them another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
Isaiah, if you didn't see my name on there, Isaiah knows how to, Or I'll let him talk to me.
Well, this was a fun one today if you like points. A lot of them went on the board. Both offenses were clicking. Charles, these defenses, meanwhile, have a little something to clean up before their next contest.
Yeah, neither end zone had a stop sign in it, did they? I mean, for both sides, visit it, and with frequency. Not fun to be a defensive player, but on the offensive side of the ball, those guys had a blast. One team came away with a victory, even better for them.
So for the Bengals, their winning ways continue as they get it up to 7-0, and they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Bears, the loss will drop them to 4-2 on the year, and they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week.
I'm trying to get something.